welcome to another session of reading from Hot Flash Divas. Today we're doing chapter 42, Movie Time. I rubbed my stomach and tried to will it to stop turning somersaults. I don't know why I was so anxious. After all, I'm a grown woman, not a gangly teen. I turned into the parking lot and found a spot close to the front. I remembered my dad, who always ribbed me about finding the best parking slots. He called it my gift, my magic. I wondered what he would think about his 45-year-old daughter meeting a near stranger for a date. I suspected he wouldn't be surprised at the turn of events in my life. He tried to warn me about Todd. My trembling hands released the steering wheel and I fumbled the keys from the ignition. I dropped them into my bag and zipped it. Reaching for the door handle, I paused. I opened my purse again to reassure myself that my keys were there, tucked away. I could only imagine my humiliation if I had locked myself out of my car. After I locked my vehicle, I walked on unsteady legs toward the building. Ken appeared, holding the door open for me. I felt better about my decision to dress down when I noticed we both wore jeans and polo shirts. "Good, you made it," his grin widened, crinkling the corners of his eyes. I flashed him a smile. "Hope you noticed I'm on time." I gripped the strap of my purse, trying to ground myself. A punctual woman is a true blessing. Believe me, my ex never made it anywhere on time. Drove me nuts. Do you like popcorn? It's my favorite. So there was some baggage with the ex-wife. He bought a combo of large popcorn with 2 drinks that cost more than the movie tickets. I followed behind him in the darkened theater, clutching my drink and a fistful of napkins. I concentrated so hard on not tripping that I didn't notice when he stopped. I rammed into his broad back, which didn't seem to affect him. "Sorry," I whispered. Kent moved to the center of the row and sat. I settled in next to him with my purse in the seat beside me and placed a drink in the cup holder. Reaching over, I grabbed a handful of popcorn and tossed some into my mouth. The buttery flavor with its tang of salt marinated my tongue. I crunched the fresh, hot popcorn, closed my eyes, and moaned my pleasure. "That's the type of sound I always hope to hear from a woman," Kent said. My eyes flew open. I could feel my face flame and hope Kitten couldn't see it in the dim lighting of the theater. My phone honked, indicating I had a text message. "Saved by the honk," Kent smiled at me. The people sitting around me turned and directed barbed looks in my direction. "Geez," I mumbled. "I forgot, okay? It's just the previews." I dug my phone out of my purse and thumbprinted it open. Shifting in my seat, I turned so he couldn't see my screen. "How's it going? G." I texted back, "This isn't high school." Turning off my phone until after the movie. P. "Fine. Text when you get home. G." K. I turned the phone to silent mode and shoved it back into my purse. When I looked up, Kent asked, "Is everything okay?" I reached for some popcorn. "That was a friend. She wants me to text her when I get home." "I see. Do you still think I'm a serial killer?" He cocked a brow and snaked his arm over my shoulder. "Haven't decided yet, so better safe than sorry." Someone seated behind us shushed. The latest Bond movie filled the screen. It was a little unsettling to watch images of near-naked women projected across the screen when I was sitting next to a guy I didn't know very well. Still, the movie didn't disappoint, and it was full of action and intrigue. When the lights came up, Kent took my hand and walked me out of the theater. I said those people in the movie were beating the crap out of each other, throwing each other through walls and glass windows, yet they got up and behaved like it was a mere slap across the face. I craned my neck, trying to remember where I parked. I saw a smidgen of the back of my Prius peeking out past a giant black SUV. That's Hollywood for you. I love to recover that quickly when I overdo on the weekends. What's on your schedule tomorrow? I'm attending an event at Low Mill. Oh, I see. An upset look filtered across his face. Want to get a bite? I'm craving a barbecue sandwich. He quirked one side of his mouth in a half smile. I could do barbecue. I'll meet you at the joint over there. I pointed across the parkway at Gibson's. I'll drive, offered Kent as he pulled his keys from his pocket. Thanks, but no. You would have to round robin on the access road to bring me back to my car. I took off at a brisk pace toward my car to end the debate. We met at the front door, which Kent opened for me. At least he's a gentleman. The place had a plethora of pig knickknacks. There were little pigs, big ones, cute ones, ugly ones, and some with wings. Kent caught me eyeing the winged pigs. Those are the ones we're eating tonight. They earned their wings. He cackled and eyed the menu. I put mine down. I think I'll just have some sweet tea and a pork sandwich. The popcorn was filling. He leered at me over the top of his laminated menu. Filling or a full filling? I thought you would have an orgasm while munching away in the dark. I felt my back stiffen. I wasn't ready for sexual innuendos and felt the sudden urge to flee the building. This is silly, I chided myself. I lost my virginity at age 19. I like sex, yet hearing Kent talk about orgasm under these bright lights while surrounded by pigs sent an uneasy shiver slithering down my spine. I didn't run screaming for my car, but instead escaped to the ladies' room with my purse. Once inside, I called Gina. Hi, Fee, are you home? No, I'm in the ladies' room at Gibson's. I thought you said this wasn't high school. The comment dripped with sarcasm. I ran my hands through my hair while I paced back and forth in front of the sinks. Very amusing. Give me a break, Gina. This guy is talking about orgasms just because I enjoyed my popcorn. Are you afraid of having your first post-divorce sex, or is this guy freaking you out for some other reason? Probably both, I admitted as I eyed some graffiti written on a beige stall door. Susie loves Jason. What's your gut say? You had the most reliable gut intuition I've ever encountered. Listen to it. Thanks, Gina. I'll text you when I get home. My sandwich sat wrapped in paper, centered on a pale green plastic plate when I returned to our booth. I put rib sauce in it and ate like I was a starving refugee. I finished before Kent and slurped the iced tea like I'd spent a week in a desert. I couldn't pinpoint what was bothering me, but red warning flags were flying. I felt panicky. Danger, danger, danger clanged in my mind. He looked at my empty plate. Wow, I thought you weren't hungry. He grinned as his glance slid to my breast. I hope you're as eager for other things. I didn't reply, just squirmed in my seat, feeling slimed. Would you like to take a drive, or... I raised my hand in front of my chest like a stop sign and interrupted him. By judging by the lascivious look on his face, I had to halt him before he said something that might really piss me off. I enjoyed the movie, Kent, but I need to leave. He sat back in the booth and eyed me like a bug on a branch. Did I say or something to offend you? He raised both hands as if to indicate, what gives? I don't feel we're a good match. I know you've been single a while and probably want a relationship, but I'm not interested in a relationship. He cocked his head and folded his hands on top of the table. I noticed you didn't ask about my son like most women do. I like kids. I work with children all the time. I'm not interested in raising another person's child at this late juncture in my life. He nodded as his gaze lingered on my cleavage. I suppose friends with benefits is out of the question. You're such a lovely and intriguing woman, Phoenix, and the world so interesting with you in it. I shuddered, feeling like a popsicle on a stick. The hairs on my arms rose like I encountered static electricity. That last sentence skated around the edges of my memory. I tried to recall where I heard it before. While my mind struggled to remember, my body wanted to shoot out of that booth like a redstone rocket. The countdown began in my head. 10, 9, 8, 7. The waitress, an older woman with wiry gray hair, dropped the bill between us. Spotting the total, I whisked money onto the table to cover the bill and tip. 6, 5, 4. I didn't want to hear any "I pay for the movie, so you owe me" rhetoric. 3, 2, 1. Would you pay the tab for me? I need to leave now. Bye. Blast off! I was out of the seat and halfway to the exit before he could rise. I drove home trembling. I felt foolish and wise at the same time. I couldn't believe that I'd scooted out of that restaurant like a scared bunny. Once home, I texted Gina I was safe. I gathered Buffy into my arms to help me calm down and sat on the sofa. While I loved on her, I felt my pulse rate slow. I stood and shuddered, feeling an inexplicable desire to shower. My shoulders relaxed as I stood under the steaming hot water. It was then I remembered. What Kitten said to me was similar to what Hannibal Lecter said to Clarice Starling in Silence of the Lambs. Icy fingers ran across my body despite the piping hot water. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments. I enjoy all those things that you say. Please have a great day. Stay safe and stay well. Bye.